What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this beautiful Thursday morning, right? Or Thursday afternoon? How's everybody doing out here? Come one, come all. We are here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. And obviously, if you can tell by the banner, we have a good amount of topics today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Cardinals versus Vikings. First, big shout out to everybody that's currently in the chat right now. We got Dakota. We got Ian, we got Silver Wolf, and big shout out here over to Dakota here. His birthday is today, so definitely happy birthday to you, my guy. I appreciate you guys for, spending some time here on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Now, another quick thing I want to go ahead and talk about here before we talk about, Arizona Cardinal updates and news and all that different stuff. I did recently went ahead and doing this full time. So I'm still need to figure out the logistics, and I know I say this all the time, but I need to figure out a specific show time that I'm going to be able to do every single day. Let me know if you guys have any feedback. Put it on the comments below here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not watching this live, but you're watching this on a playback, there's still comments that you can go ahead and put on the bottom here, specifically to a time that you would love a regular show to be put on this AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. I am here. You are here to talk some Arizona Cardinals, and let's get into it. First things first, I want to go ahead and get started here with this. Do the quick due diligence, right? We do this every single start of the show. If you guys haven't already smacked the like button, definitely do me that huge favor right now. We got 20 people in here right now. Let's get 20 likes. Smack it up, and subscribe. If this is your first time here, we're on the road to 10K, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it without you guys, so subscribe it up. On the road to 10K, and let's get this going. Let's talk first about the injuries today, right? Or I guess kind of like an injury update for our Arizona Cardinals. Now, I did mention to you guys before that the injury report that I really pay attention to more than anything is going to be like Thursdays or Fridays, right? Because Wednesdays it's kind of up in the air. There's a lot of moving parts when it comes down to the Wednesdays injury reports, but I want to specifically focus on today. We did get news here from Darren Urban, which is basically a guy who works for the Arizona Cardinals that's always there for practice. So great source to go ahead and look into. So he did say that there was an in the open part of the Arizona Cardinal practice, he did not see a few players. He didn't see Rodney Hudson. He didn't see DJ Humphries. He didn't see Dennis Gardick. He didn't see Christian Matthew. And he didn't see Max Garcia. Jalen Thompson was back out there, but a few kind of worrisome things to kind of talk about. Obviously, Rodney Hudson has been not a thorn in the side of the Arizona Cardinals, but like it's kind of one of those things now, right? That it's kind of becoming a trend. I don't even think or believe that the issue is Rodney Hudson's hurt. Like, right? I don't think he wanted to come back. I think somehow he got convinced by, Steve Keim and Cliff Kingsbury to come back in one more year. And obviously with him getting paid, he's like, heck yeah, I'll come back and get another paycheck. But I think in the grand scheme of things, man, Rodney Hudson has been very inconsistent for us this year. And it's been very frustrating to see as an Arizona Cardinal fan. Now, granted, when we first got him, I was excited. I was gung-ho about getting Rodney Hudson for the trade pick that we ended up getting him for. But man, just a complete disappointment in terms of like him not being available for the Arizona Cardinals. Again, he's not showing up, or he has not been in the open practice for today. It doesn't look like he's going to be available for the Arizona Cardinals versus the Vikings. And of course, what that means is we're probably either going to see Sean Harlow, or we're going to go ahead and see, Billy Price, I believe his name is. Now, granted, we did see some good things from Price versus the Saints, but this next matchup that we have against the Vikings, it's going to be very telling. And we need all hands on deck. Like we need all hands on deck here this time around. So I'm curious to figure out what Rodney Hudson's going to do for the rest of the year. Now, granted, we still have a lot of games, right? 9+ games still available for the Arizona Cardinals to play. And if he showed up for those 9+ games, I think I'll probably change my tune. But as of right now, I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty concerned and upset because of Rodney Hudson not being available for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't really know how you guys are feeling about that in the comments. Now, Pugh, I do agree with you too in a sense, but Pugh did actually get hurt. And he's out for the entirety of the season. But like that's kind of one of those things, right? Like if Rodney Hudson needs to be out for the season, like then that's what it is, right? Just rip it off like a Band-Aid in my mind, right? Rip it off like a Band-Aid. And that's kind of something that I want to go ahead and and talk about. It's just one of those really weird situations, right? It's one of those weird situations. Okay, so now that we're done talking about the injury report, let's continue and focus on Arizona Cardinals versus Vikings, right? I want to make sure I focus this specific video on talking about Cardinals versus Vikings. And if you guys have any thoughts on, Ronnie Hudson, definitely let me know on the chat here below. Now, one other thing I want to mention that I like to mention on all my streams, guys, it gets to a point that I can't read all the comments. So just FYI, if you do want to make sure that I see your comment or like have it pinned on the show, best way to do it is super chat. Just FYI, okay? Just it's colorful. I can see it. Helps the channel grow, and it just makes it a little easier. So just FYI. Let's move on to this here, right? Cardinals versus Vikings. This is going to be a very good matchup here, ladies and gentlemen, or at least in the eyes of the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if Vikings are looking at this matchup and saying, "Oh, that's an easy win for the Vikings," right? For Cardinal fans, we look at this as obviously a must win. Now, I'm going to still kind of go back to one of those comments that I had before. I believe it was a couple weeks ago. One guy told me like, "Oh, this is another must win for the Arizona Cardinals." Yeah, it absolutely is, because the Arizona Cardinals are putting themselves in the situation, right? If we weren't 3-4, none of these games would be must wins. But because we're in a situation where we're 3-4, we put ourselves here, right? So it is a must win, especially if we want to maintain a specific level of staying within the standings with the NFC West. This is a must win for the Arizona Cardinals. I never saw this being a NFC West led by the Seahawks, right? In the beginning of the season, I would never have thought that the Seahawks were going to be 4-3, going into week 8. It's crazy, right? The 49ers 3-4. We got the Rams at 3-3, and then we got us sitting at 3-4 as well. I never saw this happening at all. So, yeah, it's a must win for the Arizona Cardinals again. And until we can kind of get above, the water and be above 500, or at least have a few games above 500, I don't think I don't think I would be consistently using the must win for the Arizona Cardinals. But as of right now, I still do think it's a must win for the Cardinals. Now, let's get this going here. We talked about the injury report for the Arizona Cardinals. Let's talk about players to look out for, right? Now, when you're looking at the Minnesota Vikings, a lot of people know the players they have, right? Because they got ballers over there, man. They got some really good players. Players to look out for the Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, if you're taking a look at that wide receiving core, Justin Jefferson's over there, right? Huge, great wide receiver. And I know he's only been in the league for a certain number of years. I believe is in 2020 is when he started. So this is his third year, but he's had some really good success with the Minnesota Vikings. So far this year, he's had a total of 654 yards. He's averaged 14.2 yards a carry, or I'm sorry, a catch. I apologize, a catch. And he's got 2 touchdowns. That's a really good wide receiver over there in Justin Jefferson. Now, we do have a guy named Byron Murphy that most likely will be following him everywhere, and he's been doing very, very good for the Arizona Cardinals. So I'm only hoping that he's not going to have a great explosive game changer of a game for the Vikings, because if he does, then, he's the type of player that can change momentum. He's the type of player that can swing anything in the favor of the Minnesota Vikings, and that's obviously something that we don't want to see. Hopefully, Byron Murphy can have another good game and just hold him down. Hold him down is what I'm asking for. I don't think we're going to be able to stop him, but at least limit him to a situation where he's not going to be a huge game changer. And obviously, Byron's going to have to be that guy for us. Another playmaker we need to look out for is obviously their running back, Dalvin Cook, right? Now, him specifically, he's been in the league since 2017, so this is his 6th year. Wow, it's crazy. He's been in the league for 6 years. That's crazy. Yeah, so this is his 6th year. As of right now, he's got 450 yards, 4 touchdowns for the Vikings. Now, they do actually have a really good second running back, and that's Alexander Mattison as well. I think there's been reports out there saying that there's teams reaching out to the Vikings about a possibly trade for Mattison. I'm not sure if that's going to impact the usage of Mattison, but that guy is also a really good running back. But obviously, we're going to be seeing a bigger dose of Dalvin Cook more than anything, and that guy is a huge game changer for that team, right? Especially if, Kirk Cousins is not having a good game, you can put it in the hands of Dalvin Cook, and he's a very, very good playmaker for them. Now, I'm not going to put Kirk Cousins in there. I think he's a serviceable quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he's a serviceable quarterback, right? He can definitely manage the the situation. He can manage the game. They also have Adam Thielen over there, but for specifically game or players to look out for, at least on the offensive side of the ball, is going to be Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook for the Vikings. Now, on the defensive side of the ball here, I want to definitely specifically focus on a couple players, right? I'm not going to, go throughout their entirety of their depth chart. I don't think it's really needed, but a few players that we obviously need to look out for here on our end is going to be Danielle Hunter on the defensive side of the ball. Great player, man. He's had a fantastic year so far for the Vikings. I think right now he's sitting with 3 sacks, 21 solo tackles, at least as of right now. Another player to look out for is Zadarius Smith. He spent some time, obviously, in the NFC North with the Green Bay Packers, and he's a very, very good player as well. Now, I also want to put one other person in here as well, and that's going to be also look out for whoa, how did I blink on his name? Hicks, Jordan Hicks. Yes, if you guys don't know, now you know, right? If you don't know, now you know. Jordan Hicks was a member of the Arizona Cardinals, and now he's making his way or found his way into the Vikings, and that's going to be my players to look out for on the defensive side of the ball. So just to recap, offensively, we're looking for Justin Jefferson as well as Dalvin Cook. On the defensive side of the ball, Danielle Hunter, Zadarius Smith, as well as Jordan Hicks. Now, I don't think Jordan Hicks is having a fantastic year. As of right now, he's got 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. So I guess just depending on how you feel like he's doing, that's kind of really up to you. 36 solo tackles, but I do think he's a player to look out for because there's something that kind of goes into it, right? Where there's a previous player that was on the team that they're playing for now. They get a little extra juice. They get a little extra juice to kind of play for. So obviously, those are my defensive players to really look out for here for the defensive side of the ball for the Vikings. And let's move into keys to success. Keys to success here, ladies and gentlemen. We want to talk about keys to success for the Arizona Cardinals because I know that there's some Cardinal fans out there that don't think that this is a win. I think that there's some Arizona Cardinal fans that believe that this is a win, right? Because DeAndre Hopkins comes back. They believe that kind of cures everything with DeAndre Hopkins back. But here's my keys to success right here. This is going to be a tough game for sure for the Arizona Cardinals. The Vikings are sitting at 5-1. They're at the top of their division. And we got us, right? We got the Arizona Cardinals at the bottom of the division at 3-4. At 3-4 right now. I still think there's a lot of time to recover here for the Arizona Cardinals, right? There's a lot of games left for the Cardinals to kind of come out and win. It's just we need to take care of business. That's just plain and simple. We need to take care of business. I don't know how confident I would be to say we're going to go to the playoffs. Let's go. Let's keep this going. If we do lose this game, we have to win this game. We have to. Absolutely do. And here are my keys to success, right? Kyler Murray needs to be a player that needs to play like $230 million. He needs to. And now I'm not saying he hasn't played so far. He's had some better games, and some not so good games. But Kyler Murray needs to have a very good game against this defense. Very, very good game. DeAndre Hopkins coming back is huge for the Arizona Cardinals in a nutshell. It's huge, right? We've seen the difference maker coming back. We've seen DeAndre Hopkins on that mic'd up, right? On that mic'd up episode by the Arizona Cardinals. We've seen what DeAndre Hopkins can do. He holds people accountable. He holds people in a level of a competitive nature to where he can kind of insult somebody, but do it in a way that makes them want to be better. That's what DeAndre Hopkins brings on this sideline. That's what DeAndre Hopkins brings out on the field. He brings a level of excellence. He brings a level of, hey, I'm bringing my A game. Where's your A game? That's what DeAndre Hopkins brings. And I do believe, I'm hoping and praying that DeAndre Hopkins can score at least 1 or 2 touchdowns on Patrick Peterson. Because I don't know if you guys know this, ladies and gentlemen, but there was Patrick Peterson coming out on his podcast saying that he is going to get multiple picks on Kyler Murray, and he's excited about playing the Arizona Cardinals. And I would love nothing more than to have DeAndre Hopkins just go absolute torch Patrick Peterson. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. Now, I don't have any ill will to say about Patrick. I like Patrick Peterson still. I know there's some fans out there that don't like him anymore. I mean, I like him still. I liked what he did for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the way that this whole breakup happened, I mean, it is what it is, right? It's a business, at least in my mind. I can care less. He's a player. He's looking out for money. And I think everybody else would kind of do the same if they were in that situation. So I love the extra motivation that hopefully he's giving to the Arizona Cardinals, saying things like he's going to get 2 picks on Kyler Murray. That's something that I would love the Arizona Cardinals to use and take and basically kind of shove it, right? Shove it in his face. Have DeAndre Hopkins have a game like 100 plus 50 yards, 2 touchdown type of game on Patrick Peterson. That's what I would love. That's what I would love. Now, we'll have to see, right? We'll have to see how it all shakes out. The Arizona Cardinals are going to be one of the first games in the morning on Sunday. So we don't have a long time to wait, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I'm actually finally happy that we're going to be finally in that first slot. So we don't have to worry about watching, 3 hours of football and then the Arizona Cardinals, right? The anticipation's building up. I'm ready to see the Arizona Cardinals at 10 a.m. Arizona time. I'm ready to go. Give me excitement. Give me a win. I'm excited about it. So K1 and DeAndre Hopkins, huge, right? Offensively, keys to success are them, as well as I need to put the offensive line on there as well. Now, I know we started this stream talking about, Rodney Hudson. Rodney Hudson, and I'm going to go ahead and say a hot take here, ladies and gentlemen. Rodney Hudson has failed us this year. He has. Rodney Hudson has failed this Cardinals organization this year. Because to me, I truly believe it's not really an injury. I don't believe it's an injury. I don't. I know it took a lot of convincing for Rodney Hudson to come back. Maybe by Cliff, maybe by Kyler, maybe Bidwell, who knows? It took a lot of convincing because there was a lot of speculation and a lot of rumors going out there saying that he was possibly going to retire. Honestly, I would have rathered him retire than kind of having to deal with this whole situation of is he coming, is he not going to come, what's going to happen with Rodney Hudson. It's just kind of back and forth to me right now, and I'm not in for it. But our offensive line needs to have a huge game. They do. DJ Humphries needs to have a huge game. Cody Ford, coming off the IR, needs to have a huge game. I'm only assuming Billy Price is going to be the center if Rodney Hudson can't go, or Sean Harlow. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to look like. I'm assuming Billy Price, but I'm not 100% sure. Will Hernandez needs to have a huge game. Kelvin Beachum needs to have a huge game. They all need to have huge games. They need to be able to protect Kyler just like we saw in the Saints game. And I understand, right? Different personnel, different team we're playing up against. But this is going to be my keys to success. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins having a field day against that defense and the offensive line holding up against their defensive line. The Arizona Cardinals are going up to Minnesota. This is an away game for the Arizona Cardinals. We got some things in our favor, right? A, we suck playing at home. We finally broke that spell against the Saints. Hallelujah. We play better away. So we got some things in our favor. Now, granted, yes, the Vikings are a 5-1 team, and we're a 3-4 team. Any given Sunday is all I like to say right now. Any given Sunday. So those are my keys to success for the offensive side of the ball. Let's move over to the defensive side of the ball here, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys can participate as well in the chat. I highly recommend you guys do so. Participate in the chat. Let me know what you guys is, or your, keys to success or your X factors. Let me know on the comments. So here's my X factors, right? Or keys to success for the defense. Simmons. Isaiah Simmons needs to go the first round pick that we ended. Like, he needs to play like that first rounder. Like we've been seeing him in these past 2 or 3 games. We need to continue the success, continue the elevation, continue the growth of what Isaiah Simmons can bring and what he has bring to this defense. We need him to continue to do that. And I believe he can. He absolutely can. Just getting better and better each game he plays. And I love it. I'm for it, right? I'm not going to sit here and say he's a superstar right now. No, not at all. He's a player that's getting it, right? He's a player that's learning each game he plays. And he's getting better and better. So I'm up for it. Isaiah Simmons, let's see if he can get an interception. Shoot, I'll take a pick six. I know those are a lot harder than we think, but Isaiah Simmons needs to go crazy in this game. Byron Murphy, we talked a little bit about him a little earlier as well, right? We mentioned the fact that Byron Murphy most likely will be the guy covering Justin Jefferson. Byron Murphy has been doing very good this year. He's held some really good wide receivers that we've played so far to very good numbers in favor of the Arizona Cardinals. Byron Murphy needs to go ham. He does. We can't stop Justin Jefferson. I don't believe we can stop him, but we can definitely hold him down and maintain him down to a level of maybe not being as big of an impact. Now, obviously, if we do that, on the other side of the field, we got Adam Thielen, right? Which I don't believe Adam Thielen is as great as he used to be, right? He might be on the level of either good or just kind of serviceable, right? But he's still a good wide receiver. He's still a good wide receiver. And I honestly do believe that he's going to take advantage of any opportunity, especially if we're doing a situation where we're doubling, Justin Jefferson, who's going to be getting a good majority of those throws. Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen. Now, they do have another wide receiver over there that I do believe is notable to talk about here, because I do believe every time we play him, or I guess not every time, but, the few times that we played him, a player that we need to look out for, at least kind of talk about, KJ Osborne. He hasn't had a fantastic year, right? I mean, 19 receptions, 177 yards, 1 touchdown, averaging 9.3 yards a catch. Definitely a player to obviously worth talking about, because when you take one wide receiver away, most teams don't fall apart like an Arizona Cardinal team does. But those guys are going to be the ones getting those balls, right? Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, those type of players. But we all know, right? We all know that they run through Dalvin Cook. We all know that their main receiving wide receiver is Justin Jefferson. We all know that. So what we got to do? Take him out of the game. And I'm not meaning injure the guy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about make him as very minimal, right? Byron Murphy needs to lock him down. He does. In the last, keys to success, or, obviously X factor is our D-line. Our D-line. Yep, I said it. Our defensive line. Now, I know we talked a little bit yesterday about who can the Arizona Cardinals possibly get, right? And I listed off some players to you guys like, hey, this is what I want the Arizona Cardinals. This is maybe not a player that I want, but this is a player I do want. So I still do believe our defensive line can use some pieces for consistent for the future type of thing. And I meant more in the interior, than the edge, because I've seen some really good flashes from a lot of the young kids that we got in the draft, either the second year or the first year of them coming in here. So in the interior is where I really want them to shine, right? So if I'm going to be a little bit more specific, the interior defensive line, I need them to have a huge game. And who I'm talking to is I'm talking to either Licky Fotu, J.J. Watts, Zach Allen. That's who I'm talking to. Now, obviously, the edge players still need to have a good game as well, but specifically, I want to focus on, let's make sure that when Kirk Cousins drops back and tries to come up in the pocket and throw it, there's no room for him to breathe. Because we got J.J. Watt's big mitts up in the air. We got, Zach Allen's, big mitts in the air. We need to cause pressure to Kirk Cousins. I don't put Kirk Cousins in a level of great, but let me tell you one thing right now. Kirk Cousins is definitely serviceable and possibly, in a good level. He's good. Kirk Cousins is good. Not great. But you can win a Super Bowl with a good defense and a good, good quarterback. Right? You can. And some great weapons for the quarterback. So far, right now on the year, Kirk Cousins is 1,502 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I don't think these numbers are blowing people out of the water, right? I don't think we're living in a world where we're like, oh my God, that's right, those game changer. No, but he's still good. He's still a good quarterback though. He still is. So here's my keys to success. Simmons, go beast mode, man, because we need another interception. Byron Murphy, do your best to hold down Justin Jefferson, not making him a big focal impact for this offense, and then you've done your job. And the defensive line, especially in the interior, pressure up the middle. Because if we can somehow pressure up the middle and do it in a consistent basis, boy. You know how much other quarterbacks we're going to rattle in the NFC West? Jimmy G, Matthew Stafford. Geno Smith is more of he runs out of the pocket. But these two players, Matthew Stafford and Jimmy G, who we're going to see again, right? We're going to see Matthew Stafford later on in the year. We're going to see Jimmy G a couple times this year. We get a solid interior pressure up the middle. Ooh, watch out. Especially with our young edge players. Ooh, watch out. We got to establish a dominance. Something like we haven't seen since Darnold Dockett. Something like we haven't seen since Calais Campbell. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a dog. Now, I know J.J. Watt, right? J.J. Watt's great. Can he stay healthy for us for the year? We haven't seen it. Especially in an Arizona Cardinal uniform. We haven't seen it. I like Zach Allen. I do. But I need some consistency. I need some absolute consistency. So those are my keys to success. Let's move on here to predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen in this game? And I highly recommend you guys, get involved in the chat. Let me know your predictions, either a W or an L. If you want to put a score, that's completely fine. Put it in the chat. This is a winnable game for the Arizona Cardinals. And I know there's a lot of Cardinal fans out there that are sitting here and saying, Mike, man, you keep saying everything is winnable for the Arizona Cardinals. Because I truly believe that this Arizona Cardinal team / roster has a very good roster. I truly do believe we have a very good roster on paper. And I think if we stack this roster up against any other roster in the NFL, I think we will match up very well. Especially offensively. And what I mean is by the names we have, right? That's what I'm talking about. The names we have offensively. I think we stack up very well. That's why I'm saying all these games are winnable. All these games are attainable for this Arizona Cardinal team. It's just, can we get the job done? Can everything work out in our favor, right? Because football, it comes down to the very minimal things, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just how much scores you can, points you can put on the board. It's everything, right? Points on the board. What can your defense do? What happened in that play? What did your defense do defensively? Can you stop them on third down? Can you stop them on fourth down? Can you stop them from doing that fake punt? Those little things all add up in one specific game. And can the Arizona Cardinals do it? That's the question. That's the question. Now, let's talk some predictions here, ladies and gentlemen. I truly do believe that the Arizona Cardinals will not shut down this team. I don't think that the Arizona Cardinals can shut out this team. I believe in our defense to keep us involved, to keep us at bay, right? To keep us in a winning record. I do believe that the Arizona Cardinals do have a defense that can do that. I don't think they're the level of greatness, but they're a very good defense, especially with the young pieces that we have. I'm going to put my homer hat on this one. And say because the Arizona Cardinals are playing away, we can win this game. DeAndre Hopkins came back. It's a level of a spark that we needed, apparently. I think the Arizona Cardinals can pull off this win. I truly do. I'm going to say 27-23, Arizona Cardinals win. Now, if we do not win, okay, let's think positive. Let's think positive, right? We'll cross that bridge when we cross that bridge. But I truly believe that this Arizona Cardinal team on paper offensively can stack up with any roster. I do. We got my guy Bass up here says, after this game, we're gonna go fire Cliff again. You might be right. You might be right, my guy. Can you imagine the Arizona Cardinals going down 3-5? I can't. I'm not talking about playoffs after that. Oh, no. Anybody who mentions playoffs will be getting this soundbite. I promise you.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Every single time anybody's mentioning playoffs, you will be hearing that soundbite. Cardinals can't afford to lose this game. They can't. Everything's stacked up against the Arizona Cardinals in this game. And I don't blame them. Right? It's a lot of Arizona Cardinals shooting themselves in the foot. It is. Arizona Cardinals shoot themselves in the foot a lot. They do. It's a lot of the little things too, right? It's a lot of little things that stack up. The false starts, the dumb penalties, the not being able to convert third downs. It's a lot. But I think if we play complementary football like we saw against the Saints, I think we can pull off the win. I say 27-23 Arizona Cardinals win. But if we lose, ladies and gentlemen, come back on Sunday to this channel and you will see a very, very unhappy Mike/AZ Sports fan. I promise you. But we have a chance here. We have a chance to go 500. We do. Absolutely do. This is going to be the first team that we can beat that has a winning record. I don't count the Raiders because that was so early in the season. I don't count them. But this is going to be where we get right. This is going to be it right here. We just got to make sure everything gets done correctly. Now let's take it to the comments here, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard me talking back and forth for 33 solid minutes. I appreciate you guys definitely for being here, by the way. If you guys haven't done this already, definitely do me this favor. We got 77 people in here right now. Smack up the like button. If you guys haven't done so already, smack it up. Subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. Last time I looked, I believe we're a little over 40 subscribers away from hitting that magical dream mark. So if you guys haven't done so already, subscribe it up. Smack the like button on this video. Right now, as we're sitting, we are 34 subscribers away, ladies and gentlemen. 34 subscribers from hitting the big 10K mark on the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. Shout out to you guys for being here. Thank you so very much, everybody. I truly do appreciate it. Let's specifically focus on the chat now, right? You guys heard me talk for 30 solid minutes, and I do obviously appreciate you guys for doing so. Let's hear what you guys have to say. Now, I like to mention this here all the time pertaining to, obviously, Super Chat's the best way to get your comment pinned on here. Helps the channel grow out tremendously. And if you guys do not know, we are going full-time here on the AZ Sports Fan on YouTube. We're going full-time, ladies and gentlemen. And what does that mean? Your boy quit his day job. Your boy quit his day job, ladies and gentlemen. So any donations, any subscribers, any new channel memberships help this channel grow out. Your boy quit his day job. This is full-time going in, all in. And I'm very excited about this new career path that I'm taking. So definitely, if you can, if not, no worries. All you need to do is smack up the like button. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. So let's take it to the comments here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what you guys have to say about this game, right? Either your X factors, either your keys to success, either you want the Arizona Cardinals to trade for this player, right? Anything that you want to talk about, you put it in the chat right here below and we can give some shout outs. We can go ahead and talk it up here. So let's see here. Let's see. We got Ian up in here says, yo, Mike, appreciate you. Thanks, man. Thank you. I'm excited. Obviously, very excited about the move that we're making here to make this brand grow bigger. Obviously, it's me spearheading this. There's going to be a lot of work being done, but it's okay. I'm here for it. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. We got Joey here. Yes, sir. Perfect, man. Thank you for being here. The same, is it Bub? Let's see what he says. He says, D-Hop, another 100-yard game. I do think that right there would be, yeah, 100%. What I would love, honestly, for DeAndre Hopkins, and this is because of the comments of Patrick Peterson. I'm not sure if you guys know, I talked about this a little earlier in the stream, but Patrick Peterson, I believe he said it on his All Things Covered podcast, saying that he's going to get like 2 picks off Kyler Murray, right? And I don't not like I like P2. I still do, like, right? I mean, he had a squabble with the Arizona Cardinals. It is what it is. He went to the Vikings, collect the bag. Okay, whatever. I don't have any issue with Patrick Peterson at all. But how wonderful would it be? How wonderful would it be if DeAndre Hopkins had 150 yards, 2 touchdowns on Patrick Peterson? That would be great. That would be great. So I'm just excited, right? Another 100-yard game would be absolutely dynamite. Would be absolutely dynamite. Mike A coming up clutch. Appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so very much. He says, here's for making a tough decision to follow your dreams. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate it. Yes, this is an absolute dream follower for sure. You're 100% correct. It's obviously scary. It's obviously a lot of unknown that's happening, making this kind of a full effort to kind of go 100% all in. I do appreciate you, Mike A. Thank you so very much. I know you've been very active in the chat in the past few streams. I really do highly appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. All right, let's keep it going here. Mikey says P2 is dreaming. He's not getting 2 picks. I hope he's not either, man. I hope he's absolutely not either. Highness has got to love it. Let's see it. I agree. He can't stop wait. Trayvon says he can stop Hopkins. Maybe you meant can't. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, my guy. Let's see here. We have somebody asking about James Conner. As of right now, day-to-day. So James Conner, as of right now, is day-to-day. So it's good news because we did see him actually work out yesterday with the team. He's still listed off it as day-to-day, and as somebody who owns him in fantasy football, man, I need him on the field to get my fantasy football team up and going. But other than that, I mean, obviously we need him for the Arizona Cardinals as well. He's still a really good player in my eyes, but that's the latest updates that we've gotten for James Conner. I know they're getting closer and closer, or at least he's getting closer and closer. He was working out this week, so I think positively we're going to get this to happen, but we'll see, right? And we don't really ever know until game day, right? Especially in those day-to-days is where it kind of really comes out. Let's keep this going. Let's see here. Maybe a few years ago, I'm assuming you're talking about I'm assuming you're talking about the whole situation with Patrick Peterson. JP says Conner is going to be, I think he's going to be good too. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. I was able to see this week's injury report, and it looks like we should be good. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. I know a lot of things change a lot. James Conner was limited yesterday, though. So we don't know 100% about today, though. All right, let's keep this going here. It's going to be a lot of flags on Patrick Peterson. That's probably really the only way he's going to be able to hold him down, right? I mean, I feel like that's really the only way he's going to be able to hold him down. Absolutely. Let's say Chance. What's up, Chance? I want to see our other wide receivers go crazy now that DeAndre Hopkins is back. This is a key for the offense. 28-21 Cardinals. I do agree with you there too, right? We got Robbie Anderson. Right, maybe Robbie Anderson might be able to go crazy, right? We'll have to kind of wait and see how it all shakes out. But Robbie is supposed to be the guy that's supposed to take the top off, right? Big wide receiver that can run down the field. He's supposed to be that dude. So I agree with you there for sure. We need to be able to win at least 9 to 10 games. I feel like in the NFC, we need to win at least 9 to 10 games. Actually, I don't know, maybe more. We'll look at the standings here pretty soon. Let's give it about 5 more minutes of just, obviously reading your guys' comments. And then we'll look at the standings to see like what we're looking at. Now, obviously a lot of things can change, right? A lot of things can change here for the Arizona Cardinals moving forward. So we'll see. But I do agree with that take though, for sure. Our other wide receivers need to get going. And it can't be all on DeAndre Hopkins. It can't. Here we go. No F's given with the super chat. Appreciate you. So far, superstars of this channel. Got Mike A up there, and then no F's given here with another super chat. Appreciate you. He says, Mike, you know the funny thing is I'm actually working on Bidwell's car right now. It's a Lucid Dream edition. I wish I could. What? What? No way. No way. No F's given. No way. Are you being serious? You being serious, my dude? Dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I mean, you don't have to do this at all. No F's given. I appreciate the super chat, by the way. I mean, just send me. Can you? I don't know if you have Twitter or anything like that, but can you tweet at me or like tag me on Twitter or anything like that? But that's awesome, man. Dude, that's cool, man. That's really awesome. Appreciate the super chat. Keep grinding out there, mate. Keep grinding, man. That's awesome. I know it might be an invasion of privacy, right? I know when it comes down to it, I don't want your job to get affected, but if you can, like if this is like your own job and like you're the owner of it, I don't know if you mind if you have Twitter or even if you have Instagram, like picture of yourself, like that would be dope. But like I understand, right? There's a lot of privacy things that come along with it, and I don't want to get you in trouble. So if you can't, no worries. Please don't force it. But that's really awesome. he says, on God, dude, that's so cool, man. That's really cool. That's absolutely awesome. No F's given. That is so cool. He said, dang, leave a note. Yeah, for sure. He's put a bumper sticker on there, man. Just tell him to subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan. Do that for your boy. Appreciate it. That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Or leave a note, say fire clip. Yeah, any note will work for us, y'all. That's dope, man. That's really cool. Let's keep it with the comments here. And then in the next 2.5 minutes, then we'll look at the standings, right? We'll look at the standings and we'll see what the Arizona Cardinals need to do. Because I'm really curious to figure out what you guys think, right? Like, how much wins do you think that the Arizona Cardinals need to make? Because every team, or at least not every team, but a lot of teams in the NFC East right now, a lot of teams in the NFC East are stacking wins up. They're stacking up wins right now. And it might be a little harder for us to possibly get a wild card because at one point, a lot of people used to say, NFC West, there might be 3 teams going into the playoffs for the NFC West. That momentum has shifted, ladies and gentlemen. Now people are talking about there might be 2 wild card teams coming from the NFC East, right? How everything has changed so far. So we're going to look at the standings here pretty soon. Just the NFC. I can care less about the AFC. That's nothing to do with the Cardinals. So we're going to be focusing on that here pretty soon. But yeah, definitely shout out to No F's Given and Mike A so far for the super chats of the day. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Let's keep this going here on the chat. Let's continue to focus on what you guys have to say because this is all our channels. Ian says, I think we need at least 10 wins. I do agree with you there. I think double digits is definitely a need for sure. Let's see what Sebastian says. It's tough because the Giants started off the season so good and we have an easy schedule going. And having easy schedules. And that's the thing. You know what I mean? So like, although we might want it, and although maybe we can see maybe 8, 9, 10 wins for the Arizona Cardinals is what happens with that NFC East, right? Like that's big because you have the Cowboys, you have the Eagles, you have the Giants right now with 5+ wins over there. It's going to be harder for the Arizona Cardinals because right now there's 3 wild cards, right? 4 teams, 3 wild cards. So it's tough, man. We might see a lot of NFC East teams on although we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it. We still want to be known as the most dominant division, but how the momentum has shifted so far is crazy to see. Is absolutely crazy to see. Okay, we probably have time for maybe 1 or 2 more comments, and then we'll look at the standings and let's see what the Arizona Cardinals need to do. Let's see here. Lindo, what's up, Lindo? He says, yo, keep it up. Best channel out there. Thanks, Lindo. Thanks you so very much. If you guys don't know, I mentioned this a little earlier in the stream here. I'm going full-time on this channel. Your boy quit his day job, so you're going to be getting a lot more content coming up here pretty soon. Live streams, more videos, daily content, that type of stuff for Arizona Cardinals. So definitely, yeah. Have your post notification bell on, y'all. Smack the like button on videos. That really helps out the channel grow more than you guys think. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with the AZ Sports Fan. We're only going up from here, everybody. Appreciate you. Let's keep it going. Let's get to this last comment here. AZ says, I realized a couple days ago how easy the Eagles schedule is. I mean, yeah. The Arizona Cardinals had what, like the second hardest schedule or something like that, or second or third hardest schedule. It's a tough schedule for the Arizona Cardinals, or just the NFC West in general. We had to play the AFC West. Like, damn, we got the Chiefs over there, y'all. Like, they're like mowing through the NFC West right now. So it's tough. It's absolutely tough. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. So let's talk about this. Let's shift this over to the standings. What do the Arizona Cardinals need to do playoffs? Okay, so let's talk about what the Arizona Cardinals need to do to get the playoffs, right? How many wins do you think the Arizona Cardinals need to do to get into the playoffs? Because right now, I've already saw some people in the chat saying we need double digits, y'all. We need double-digit wins for this Arizona Cardinal team to even scrape, smell, sniff playoffs at this very moment. And I don't think you're wrong at all. I honestly don't think you're wrong at all. Let's look at the standings here for the NFC. And then I will be sharing my screen here pretty soon so we can take a look at it together. All right, let's take a look here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, share my screen and then share screen. All right, here we go. Here's the NFC. It's just in general right here, right? This is the NFC just in general. This is what we're looking at for the Cardinals. Let me see if I can zoom this up. I know it's kind of small. All right, that's a little better. Okay, let's move over here to the NFC. Okay, here we go. All right, that's a little better. Here we go. Okay, so what do the Cardinals need to do, right? So right now we have the NFC East. Check that out, man. The Cowboys at 5 wins, the Giants at 6 wins, the Eagles at 6 wins. When we look at the West, we have a 4-win team that's the top of our division. We have the NFC North with 5 wins, the top of their division. And then we got the freaking NFC South, man. The NFC South has looked as bad as advertised, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Brady probably needs to retire. I'm just going to sit here and say this right now. Tom Brady probably needs to retire. Their top of their division is a 3-4 win team right now. 3-4 win team is at the top of the division. Disgusting. So let's be honest. The Arizona Cardinals either need to win the West or win at least 10 plus games. Right? I mean, do we have any objections in the comments below? The Arizona Cardinals either need to win the West or get 10 plus wins to get into this wild card position, right? Because if you look at the Eagles and you look at the Giants and you look at the Cowboys, they're building themselves such a nice little safety blanket. Now, granted, yes, we're just going into week 8 and we have 9+ games left. Anything can happen. You're right there. You're right. But the Arizona Cardinals need to win, take care of business. Right now, we're sitting right here at 3-4, which it's only like 1 or 2 games away, right, from getting at the top. Like, everything needs to work out to the favor for the Arizona Cardinals. Everything needs to work out here in the favor for the Arizona Cardinals. Because right now, we're not doing ourselves any favors. So let's say, for example, right now, they would have the Bucs in, they would have the Vikings in, the Seahawks in, and the Eagles, right? The top of their division. We have 3 more spots. Those other 3 spots right now are going to the Giants, going to the Cowboys, and then going to possibly the Rams? Possibly the Rams. It's because they're 3-3 right now. They had a bye week. So right now, the Arizona Cardinals won't even sniff it, y'all. Won't even sniff it. So Cardinals need to take care of business, and they need to take care of it fast. We need to start stacking up wins. See what Ian says. We need to hope teams like the Eagles and the Giants come back down to earth. We also need to have 7 to 8 more wins. You're saying, right? 7 to 8 more wins. I can agree with that. Yeah, I mean, right now we're a 3-4 team. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that in a heartbeat. 7 to 8 more wins. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that in a heartbeat. 100%. We got agents say the Giants are frauds, but I hope they win the Seahawks. I agree with you there. Yes. Right now, Giants fan, put your Giants hat on for sure. Ian says, yo, Mike, Vance is going live. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. I can probably watch it on a playback. We have somebody say Brady's still better than Murray. Well, I mean, Brady has 7 rings, right? It's hard to say that anybody is like, it's hard to say like anybody's better than Brady, right? You know what I mean? Brady's got 7 rings. So I would probably agree with your take there. I'm not going to get offended by any means necessary because, I mean, let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, right? We need to win a playoff game. We need to win the West. There's a lot of things the Arizona Cardinals need to do. We absolutely do. In order for us to even sniff the playoffs, even get the glimmer of hope that the Cardinals can get in there, we got to win double digits. Double digits, and hopefully to win the West, we got to take care of business. We absolutely do. Absolutely do. Well, my guy Joey over here says, how would Robbie turn out? Well, it's so hard to predict. It really is. Because, like, I feel like when our offense gets going, like when our offense looks like top tier offense, sky's the limit for any wide receiver on this, right? The tight end, the wide receiver, the running back. But what we've seen so far with the Arizona Cardinals is that we're so dependent on DeAndre Hopkins to get this offense going, and that our guru, right, our offensive guru never has an answer. So it's really hard to say, oh, he's going to go great, right? If our offense starts clicking and starts gelling like they should have been coming into year 4, then I would successfully, honestly say that, you know, Robbie's going to have a very good game. But we just been so up and down, so up and down. I still don't know what this team is, right? What's our identity? Somebody asked me. Now I can honestly say our identity is DeAndre Hopkins. That's our identity. I don't like the fact that our offense is solely dependent on one player. I don't like it. Especially for an offensive guru, right? We brought him in here to be the next Sean McVay. We brought him in here to be that next young, special guy that's going to pull up all these plays up together. That's what we brought Cliff Kingsbury in for. And we can't get our offense going without one person. I don't like that. Now, we've won some games with DeAndre Hopkins. Hallelujah. That's great. And we've seen our offense struggle this year, though, without DeAndre Hopkins. And I don't like that at all. I want our team to have more culture. I want our team to have more fight. That's what I want. That's what I absolutely want. We got my guy KJ says, just hire Sean Payton, fire the coach. I mean, you know how I feel about it, man. I honestly, if you guys don't follow me on any of my other social media platforms, I highly recommend you do so. Follow me on all my social media platforms. I got Twitter. I got Instagram. I got a lot of stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely follow me on everything. All the handles here are below. You can see all the handles, and in the description, you'll see links. So it makes it even easier for you guys. Click on the link. Follow me. It makes it a little easier because sometimes there's no time for live stream. Sometimes just, there's not really things to talk about on a live stream. So, we don't go live, but we're going to start going live a lot more often. Let me tell you that right now. What's up, Saijin? Appreciate you for being here. So, yeah, I would love to say that Robbie's going to have a great game, right? It's just, what offense are we going to see? What offense are we going to see? That's the big question here. That's the big question. I think everything's going to work out. We have plenty of weapons. I hope so, man. No, absolutely. I hope so. I mean, for sure. From your lips to the football god's ears. I hope so. We still have a lot of time to turn this season around. We do. We just got to take care of business. Because after this game, I mentioned it on my NFC West Roundtable channel that I have. If you guys don't know, I run another channel called the NFC West Network. I mentioned it on there. After this season, or after this game, we got back-to-back-to-back division games. Back-to-back-to-back. Back-to-back-to-back. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Tough stretch. So we'll see here, right? We'll see. A lot of things to talk about here. We got the trade deadline coming around, right? If you guys didn't catch the live stream yesterday, we talked about the trade deadline, players that I want. Definitely click on that video. All week we've been talking about the trade deadline, right? Possible players for the Arizona Cardinals to get, who I want, who I don't want, that type of stuff. So definitely check them out. Check them out. Appreciate you guys for being here, by the way. I got you, Anthony. Right here. Here you go, Anthony. I got you right here.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
There you go, right? I mean, because you're right. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Got to get double-digit wins, y'all. We got to get double-digit wins. All right, we're getting close to the hour mark here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys for being. I think we capped out at like 80 people. So thank you so very much. I know it's a random Thursday evening, right? We got people working. We got people at school. We got people chilling at home. What are you guys doing here on a Thursday? Let me know in the comments here below. What are you guys doing right now, right? Are you guys working? You guys working out? Right? What's happening right now here on a Thursday? Let me know in the comments here below, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys feeling on this Thursday? We're about to close up shop here pretty soon. Had a very, very, very good stream, if I might say so myself. Definitely shout out to No F's Given as well as Mike A for the super chats of the day. Thank you so very much. Definitely means the world. We got Lennon here saying half day. Cool, man. Well, awesome. Bass says slaving away. I hear you, man. I hear you. Mario says not went to school and then back at home. Oh, sick. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. ALV says heading to Cancun. Oh, that's dope, man. Cool. Good for you. I'm in science class. There you go. I got to tune into AZ Sports Fan here in science class for sure. I approve this message. I absolutely approve this message. I'm driving my forklift, laughing at these. I appreciate you, Roger. Thank you so very much. Hopefully, we can give you some sort of humor, some sort of light at the end of the tunnel here for the Arizona Cardinals moving forward. But this game coming up is going to be huge for the Arizona Cardinals. Absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. All right, everybody, we're going to close up shop here pretty soon. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I am very excited for Cardinals versus Vikings. I think this is going to be a game that I hope leads up to the hype, right? We better not lose this game. We better not lose this game. Please don't lose this game. I don't want to get there. You guys don't want to see a sad Mike on Sundays, y'all. You don't want to see a sad Mike at all. Not Mario coming up clutch with the super chat. Before we close up shop, comes up clutch. She says, congratulations, love the channel. Thank you, Not Mario. You've been chilling here on this channel for a very, very long time. Thank you so very much for the super chat. That absolutely does mean the world to me. Appreciate you guys. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. If we can get some fire emojis, some fist bumps in the chat below. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Have a great rest of your day. Wait, actually, before I leave, I have my guy No F's Given says, I got a picture of his Cardinals badge, but I don't know if I would get. Yes, don't do it. No, I don't want you to get in trouble. No F's Given. I don't want you to get in trouble, brother. You're good, man. No worries. All right. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you so very much. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure speaking to everybody. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.